What is the Great Commission? So, the Great Commission is important to a Baptist church because we are an evangelical church. And the Great Commission, it refers to a command that Jesus gave his apostles before he ascended into heaven. And so the Great Commission is found in Matthew, the last chapter in Matthew. In fact, Matthew ends with the Great Commission. So let's read it together and we'll know what the Great Commission says. It says, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go, therefore, and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always to the end of the age." And we see that for his disciples, he expected them to extend his gospel message throughout the world. So he wanted them to, as they were going, to make disciples of all nations. And in Acts, we actually see in Acts 1 that he not only tells them to do this. Well, he doesn't say the Great Commission in Acts, but he says something similar. It says that when he talks about when he would be coming back, it says it is not for you to know the times or seasons that the Father's has fixed by his own authority, but you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you. And you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria and to the end of the earth. And so we see that a confirmation there right before he was ascended that the way he describes going and making disciples of all nations is that they will make disciples in Jerusalem and Judea, which is Jerusalem is where they were, and then Judea is the area immediately that Jerusalem is located in, that is immediately outside Jerusalem, and in Samaria, and Samaria is very close as well, and then also to the ends of the earth. And Samaria would represent the gospel going outside of the Jewish area. And then the ends of the earth would represent the gospel going into all the Gentiles. And so we see that the gospel is the Great Commission makes it known to us that the gospel is not just for the Jewish people. It's not just for the people that he brought through all of those trials in the New Old Testament and that he brought the Messiah to first. The gospel is not just for the Jewish people. The gospel is for everybody. And so that's why he says, make disciples of all nations. And the way that they make disciples of all nations is by baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to observe all that Jesus commanded. So we see that we're supposed to baptize and we're supposed to teach. And so there's a lot built into that teach and a lot built into discipling people. But Jesus promises that while we do those things, while we go to evangelize where we live, evangelize the areas surrounding, evangelize to the ends of the earth, and we baptize and we teach, Jesus promises that he will be with us to the end of the age. And so we know that before Jesus left, he promised that the Father would send the Spirit. So Jesus would ask the Father, and the Father would send the Spirit to dwell within each believer, that they can undergo sanctification by the Spirit, that they can have the Spirit for the power of God in their life. And so we see that while we are living the Christian life, while we are evangelizing, while we are making disciples of all nations, baptizing and teaching, that Jesus promises he will be with us. and we know for certain that the Spirit of God is with us to the end of the age. And so the Great Commission is a deep, it is a dense subject. It is the focus of many people, of many evangelicals. And so we are an evangelical church, and so we believe that the Great Commission is important.